Assalamualaikum and a good day to all. So I would like to present my project, which is a spectroscopy of BE star and BE binary star. So BE star is a B class star that deviates from a normal B star due to the circumstellar disk existence that evolved around the equator. It has strong hydrogen alpha emission line. So our focus is to see whether applying the spectroscopy methods on these emission lines, I was able to, to determine the physical properties of the BE star and also determine whether the candidate BE star chosen is either a single star or a binary star. So the spectral data is collected from the BESS database, which stands for BE star spectra. I've listed 8 candidate BE star, which will be analyzed through visual spec software. So these are the emission and the adoption line. All these quantities have been extracted, and with these extracted quantities, I've managed to evaluate some other quantities. These quantities have been calculated and also observed over time, over a period of time, and not only that, I've also observed the changes of the shape of the line within a period of the time. So moving on to the results of the project. So these are the uh, excuse me. So these are the stars and their temperature, spectral class, and type. We see at the temperature and spectral class. Most of the stars belong to the lower end of the BE stars. However, there are some exceptions where our two candidate stars belong to the higher end of the B class. And most of them are the BE single star, while there are 3 belong to the BE binary star. So let's see how does the emission line influence the determination. For the H alpha line, it is noticed that the double peak form has a very well defined central absorption here. Okay. Also, within another period of time, maybe it changes position. It can be the double peak line can also change to a single peak line. But the focus is the violet overhead ratio. For a BE single line, the value always approximate to 1. However, this does not apply to the BE binary star, where they are distinguished, they are separated from each other, they bring their own character and value, and they have not exist well-defined central absorption line that separates the double peaks, and also the V over R ratio always sided to one value, either more than 0 or less than 0. It indicates that there exists the component star that increases the intensity of the of the of the emission line peak. So I've listed the star that exhibit these properties, and this does also apply to H beta line. So let's move on to H gamma. H gamma is a different story where it tends to show an absorption and emission line combination. For BE single star, there will be side of the double peaks that is also, followed by a narrow and deep absorption line, and is well defined and is located at the center of the H gamma line. While for the BE binary star, it still show the emission line, and it is for the same reason, which is the existing companion star that increases the intensity, therefore it overlaps and overshrank the absorption emission line combination. So let's move on to sodium 1 doublet and also helium 1 and magnesium 2. These are the absorption line, and observing them, it is known that they are the same shape. They are the same shape, and they have the constant area, shape, and sizes over time. However, it is worth mentioning that sodium 1 is actually deep and narrow, while the helium 1 and magnesium 2 couple is broad and also shallow. These are explaining the properties of the star itself, right? And the location at the blue wavelength confirm They are blue in color or fainted blue. We can say so. But metallic has another unique properties where where it always emit a regular emission line on top of the observation line too. Therefore, confirms Betelgeuse as an active ionizing star. To conclude my presentation, I was able to use the spectroscopy line, applying into the line elements to identify not only their physical properties and determine the star signal, either a single or binary star. That's it for my presentation. Thank you to everyone for listening. I look forward to questions and your feedback.